guys, it's me, Annabella Rose, here from KamaLifestyles.com with today's question, which is signs that you should avoid a guy. Now, first impressions are super important, and here at Kama Lifestyles, we're always telling you how to make the best first impression. But is there something that you're doing that's actually making girls want to avoid you? Now, my personal opinion, I tend to avoid a guy when he's looking at me very strangely. Now, to go into more detail, if you can't keep eye contact with me during a conversation and kind of look me up and down like I'm a piece of meat, then to me, you are out. If you can't hold a conversation with me and be interested in me on a personal level rather than just a physical, you are gone. But let's see if any other girls agree with me and what their opinions are. Warning signs that you should avoid a guy.
Talking about their career and how much money they earn.
Delayed replies.
Unwantingly touchy.
Cringy chat-up lines. That neediness.
Definitely their photos on like the dating apps and stuff can be off-putting.
He doesn't text you back.
First one is if he still lives with his mum. Totally by now you should be out the house supporting yourself. Your mum should not be doing your washing. Like if they can't do their own washing and cook their own meals, they're not going to be able to support you.
Do you think guys nowadays are more interested in just a sexual relationship or maybe getting to know you? What do you think?
I think it's starting to change slightly. I think they've realised that just going for the sexual relationships don't work.
Yeah.
And so now they're starting to realise that they need to look for more in a woman. But that could just be as I get older, the men are slightly more mature. And so they realise that there's more to life than just sex.
When he talks to really a lot of girls and look at his phone display, there are maybe 100 new messages.
What do you think?
When a guy is unclean and wear jogging trousers and don't look for himself.
Let's say a guy's maybe given you the wrong first impression. He's texted a lot of women. Is there any way he can get it back?
Yes, I think when he really changes his behavior and he really shows me that he's interested in my personality.
When they're too relentless, when they're really pushy, when they tell you that they've been left at the altar numerous times. I have actually had that conversation. When you smile at them and say you're happy to go out with them as friends, you're telling them about your breakup and they're sitting there trying to like, oh, but I feel like we have a really big connection, and I'm like, well, I'm literally telling you about like this happened 2 days ago, like stop.
If you've just met them and they start trying to like get really touchy-feely, or when you've just become like social media friends and they stalk you and like photos from 10 years ago, that's really creepy.
Why is that something that you would avoid?
I think when guys talk to you in bars and they just talk to you about how much they earn, it's really off-putting because that's not the most important thing.
So let's say a guy has liked all your pictures from Instagram and then he's realised he's done the wrong thing. Is there any way he can salvage it?
Depends if they get another date, or if you say stop doing that and they stop.
Would you call a guy out? Would you say, mate, stop?
Yeah, I would.
Let's say you met someone and all he's done is talk about money. Would you call him out? Would you say, hey, look?
Yeah, I would, and it would be a total off-put. I don't think there'd be any coming back from that.
When he doesn't look in the eye and he looks at his phone, I feel like I'm not important for him.
Do you think that's a problem with men nowadays? Do you think social media, phones?
Like the Tinder, all the app, we are all are really focused on the phone, but not like the contact like we have like, and they look in the eyes and like conversation.
If he's ignoring your messages for like a few days, then you should ignore him. I think if they're like overly drunk, too much eye contact, that's not too good. Just if they're like arrogant, a bit loud, I don't really like that.
Why is that a turn off for you?
I don't know, I feel like sometimes like arrogant guys can kind of like talk over you, be a bit rude, don't like that.
When they really stare.
How would you describe a too intense stare?
I just had that actually on the tube. It just makes it awkward and uncomfortable. Like it's just not nice. You feel like really targeted. Like you want someone to be like a bit more like easygoing when they're like interested in, rather than like I like you.
I think first of all being arrogant, because sometimes I feel when the guy is feeling particularly too confident or overconfident, you feel kind of intimidated because of that. And I feel like probably if you want to approach a girl and you really like her, you should be maybe not shy but be a bit more like educated.
So why don't you like guys being too handsy with you maybe from the get-go? How does that make you feel?
It's quite like predatory. If they're too clingy.
Okay, and what's too clingy for you?
Just like constantly messaging you, like asking where you are all the time.
Why do you not like a cheesy chat-up line?
It seems forced and fake.
And so let's say that the guy has used a cheesy chat-up line. Can you get it back from that? Do you forgive him?
If he's like realised what he's done he can maybe make up for it.
If I would be taken out for a date and the guy would not invite me, I will definitely not meet him for the second time.
What's neediness like?
Texting you all the time, wanting to know where you are, and like double texting as well.
First one, if he's too selfish.
Why do women not like arrogant people?
In general, arrogance is not great.
Do you ever feel like arrogant guys, you're more of a conquest, let's say, than a...
Yeah, exactly. It's just like another tick off the list.
And what for you is like a good impression?
I guess someone that's nice, like funny.
Let's say we said what you're going to avoid. Now, what do you look for in a guy?
I think maybe the smile.
So holding eye contact.
Yeah.
And good shoes. You can tell so much by a person from their shoes.
Be polite, like hold the door open for you.
If he makes me laugh and he's a gentleman.
Just be like friendly but not too overt, be polite, like listen to you when you talk to them.
Good sense of humor, because it's very catchy.
Being friendly, being smiley.
Wanna have a family.
Just someone that's really relaxed and natural, like nothing showy, like nothing weird.
So do you think being relaxed is really important as well? Like a very low pressure first impression, do you think is that important?
For sure, yeah. No one wants a high pressure first date.
So there you have it, guys. The answer to today's question of warning signs to avoid a guy. Now, we had a lot of mixed reviews, a lot, but the one thing that really came out was arrogance. If you approach a situation and all you really care about is yourself and trying to impress the girl maybe too much, it is a turn off and she will avoid you. It's that peacocking thing. Guys, it needs to be a sort of joint mutual relationship. Ask about her, and if she's interested, she'll ask about you. Then you'll get that really great good vibe and you can go from there. So guys, if you think maybe you are being a little bit too arrogant, but you still want to come across as that strong alpha male, then you need our alpha male course. Now you can find it by clicking on the link below or clicking on the card above, and we will turn you into a master dater. That guy that walks into a room that everybody notices and you give off the best first impression. Now this is not just useful in your dating life, but also in your professional life, and will spill over to so many other aspects and will benefit you in so many other different locations. So guys, if you have simply loved this video, you know what to do. Like, share, comment and subscribe. I myself have been Annabella Rose, expert dating coach from KamaLifestyles.com, and if you do want to work with me one-on-one, please send me an email to Annabella@KamaLifestyles.com, and I will see you next time on KamaTV.